and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 2 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life Series 14. And today's sketch is a 2-pager by Shawn, Lahr, and I'm just going to warn you now, it is not the easiest layout I have ever done. It was probably one of the hardest. I am documenting my dog's last day, and so they were some pretty rough pictures to scrapbook. It took me over an hour, which is not normal for me, and so just bear with me. I'm using the Cocoa Vanilla Heart and Home. I thought the colors were perfect for this picture I printed out. I originally was going to make my title, but it ends up just kind of being a little extra something on the page. I do have the florals and the stickers, alphas, which I don't use, the word titles, lots of the papers, because I barely use this collection because I hoard Cocoa Vanilla pretty good. So I've got 2 black background papers, and then I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this heart and the butterfly paper as my layers. And I changed things up just a very small amount, honestly. So I have my papers. I've got quite a few embellishments, my stack of pictures, and this really cool 2-page sketch. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I did go with the pink hearts and the butterflies, which is the back side of that paper. So I was only using the 2 butterfly and pink heart papers out of this collection. And the sketch does have that diagonal like striped line at the bottom. I don't do anything about that. I originally planned on putting something at the bottom when I was finished with this main part at the top, but I whether it was because I couldn't see through the tears, but I was really happy with the way it looked, and I wasn't going to risk, messing it up or adding anything else, so I just left it. And that is the good thing about sketches, is you kind of can do what you want. You take what inspiration from the sketch you want, and then leave the rest. So I have trimmed down my pictures enough. My paper, the pink paper, I cut in a 10 by 10. I should have cut it in an 11 by 11, because then it wouldn't have been such a tight fit at first. But it's fine. I do love the way this turned out. I just trimmed my pictures up a little bit, which is fine. I matte them all in black because I wanted them to stand out. Normally what I would do, especially because some of these are a little darker, normally I would matte them in a lighter color and then in black. But because the pictures were like the exact size they needed to be, I couldn't do that. And I'm okay with that. So it's a very thin border of black, and I did pretty much stick with the size that is on the sketch. These over here on the side are 4x4s, except I had these small pictures of my son and Rocky in the back seat of the car when we went to go get him a pup cup on our way to the vet. And there was just like a progression of what happened, of him sticking his nose out the window and then eating the pup cup. And so instead of having a 4x4 there, I had 2x2s, or I cut them down a little bit so they would fit inside a 4x4 black paper. So that's really the only difference on that side of this sketch that I go with. Like I said, my plan was to make my title this little picture that I printed, but I end up pulling a title out of the gold title word. So I've set page 1 aside, the left side, and I pulled out the right side, did the exact same thing with the paper, and matted my pictures on the black and everything. All the pictures are tacked down. The only thing that's not is the embellishments, and then the picture up there at the top that says, when tomorrow starts without me, don't think we're far apart. For every time you think of me, I'm right there in your heart. And like I said, I thought that's what I would use as my title. And that's why I picked this collection, because the colors in that little rainbow, I just found the picture as an image on Google or whatever, kind of match this collection a little bit. Not perfectly, but the pink is very similar. And so that's why I decided I'd go with this. And it had some wordy bits in here that I thought would work. So I've just kind of set some things over there to the side. I do believe the title has not been put down yet. I don't think it's glued down. But I have got my pictures are attached and all my embellishments I'm working on. So I just pulled out all these little floral bits, because on the sketch there's like some circular features and like some little arrows and like flags. I don't have all of that, but I do put a lot of little word flags on here. Right there I'm putting down a floral, and then I'm putting a little word arrow on there that says here's the story, and I'm going to use that space for journaling, which is what the sketch calls for as well. And while here's a story probably should be up higher where the story begins, it won't fit there because it would cover up my dog's nose, and I'm not doing that. And then I put this little like hot cocoa cup down here because he's having a pup cup from a coffee shop. I felt like that was appropriate. And I tucked this little thing in that says Simple Joys, and I do tuck a flower behind there, just so it will stand out a little bit. And then I also have put this little heart tag up the very top, kind of pointing down to the little picture that says, when tomorrow starts without me. And then I'm gonna just like keep adding little bits and pieces. I do not over embellish. I use the flowers. I use the wordy bits. Over on the right layout, I've got a floral above the little 2x2, and there are 2x2s on this layout. And I actually had another picture printed, but the pictures that are on the left layout are the pictures from us preparing to take him to the vet, and the pictures on the right side are him at the vet and us literally, like the picture of me leaning down over him is literally him taking his last breath. And so like they're really, really emotional, and the other picture is like me and him back at my apartment, so it didn't really fit with the line, so I just left it off. And then that little small picture is the paw print that the vet took before he was sent to be cremated. And the bottom picture is the bag they gave me with his little paw print and that really pretty wooden carved box that has his ashes in it, and the bag that it came in that says until we meet again at the Rainbow Bridge. And so I figured that would be the perfect way to finish this. The picture at the top next to mine is my son holding his paw, and the one on the bottom is my daughter petting his head. I mean, like I said, absolutely emotional pictures. This has been hard. And so I am going to start the journaling. This took me a while. Obviously, I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing. I pretty much start the journaling about taking him to the vet back in November when they told us he had cancer, and end it by saying, that we took him for a pup cup and cookies and spoiled him rotten until he left us. And so he was... he stayed till after Christmas and my daughter's birthday, which is what the children asked for. And I knew that if he could, he would. And we were grateful that he was, pretty reasonably healthy and in good spirits up until the end. So, but anyway, I did pull the words, "This is family," because I really, really felt like that was the most appropriate. My kid's dad was there because Rocky, it was our first 4-legged baby. And so all 4 of us were there at the vet's until he was gone. And so it was a very special experience. But he, I'm keeping his privacy because he, that's the way it is. So anyway, this is the close-ups of my layout. I really do love the way that it turned out. It makes my heart really happy to know that I have these moments documented. It breaks my heart all over again to remember how hard that day was. But I'm grateful to have this memory documented and these pictures of the sweet time that we had with him. So thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate your patience because I know I've scrapbooked a lot of him lately. I've taken a bit of a break from it, and I waited to do this layout. So but anyway, I love y'all, and I thank you so much. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.